All right, here we are on the last video for this section, and we're going to be talking about polynomial functions and some things that you do with the polynomials. And so in this case, notice we are going to add two polynomials that are functions. Okay, so notice we have a function r of x, 5x squared minus 7, and we have this function p of x, 3x plus 3, and this is telling us that we're going to add these together. And so basically it's just a matter of, okay, I have to set this up right, and if I do that, then I can combine these and get the answer correct. Okay, so my r of x is going to be, now I'm going to use parentheses on these. R of x would be 5x squared minus 7, just so you can see the two polynomials, right? And then 3x plus 3. And I combine those then, and you can see that we've got 5x squared does not have a like term that we can combine. And then the 3x also does not have any like term to combine with it. And we have negative 7 and 3, so that's going to be minus 4. And so basically we have function addition here, right? We're adding two functions together. On the next one, we're going to subtract. So we have function subtraction. We're going to, and it's really important to have your parentheses on this one, because if not, you would definitely mess this up. So on the p of x function, it's 3x plus 3. We're subtracting the q function, all right? Q of x is 4x squared minus 6x plus 3. And then we're going to add the opposite, right? So that's going to make that a negative, positive, negative. And then we'll get our answer here after we've combined. Okay, so I'm going to go over here to the second one. See, negative 4x squared. There's no term to combine with that. We have a 3x and a 6x, so it gives us 9x. Positive 3 and negative 3 would be 0, so that's it, negative 4x squared plus 9x. Okay, so notice that we have 2 times q of x and 7 times r of x. So we will have to multiply, and then we'll combine the functions after the multiplication. So first, let's just write this out. We're going to have 2 times the q function of 4x squared minus 6x plus 3 plus 7 times the r function, which is 5x squared minus 7. Okay, so we multiply 8x squared, and then that'll be a negative 12x plus 6. And then 7 times 5 would give me a 35x squared, and 7 times negative 7 is negative 49. Okay, so I can combine the 8x squared and 35x squared, and then I have constant terms that I can combine, and then the negative 12x just remains negative 12x. So 8 plus 35 is 43 minus 12x. 6 and negative 49 would be negative 43. And that's it. Okay, so we multiplied first, right? First we had to write out our expressions in the correct way, and then we had to multiply, then we combine like terms. Okay. So negative 5 times the p function minus the q function. Okay, here we go. So negative 5 times the p function of 3x plus 3 minus the q function. So the q function is 4x squared minus 6x plus 3. Okay, so since I'm going to multiply on the first expression here, distributive property, right, then I'll just go ahead and take parentheses off and switch signs on the Q function. So we've got negative 5 times 3x, negative 15x. Negative 5 times 3 would be negative 15. And change all the signs, right? So basically it's the opposite of 4x squared would be negative 4x squared. The opposite of negative 6 would be a positive 6x. The opposite of positive 3 would be negative 3. Okay, so we have these like terms, right? Negative 15x and positive 6x. And then we have a negative 15 and a negative 3. So those are the ones we can combine. All right, so I'm going to write the negative 4x squared because it doesn't have anything to combine, right? We can't combine it with anything. Negative 15 plus 6 on the x's would give me a negative 9x. Negative 15 and negative 3 would be negative 18. And that's it for that one. Okay, on this one, we're going to find P of A, P of negative x, P of x plus h. Now, a lot of times when we jump in here with different variables like this, students start to get confused. But just think about it. If I'm finding P of 3, I'm just putting 3 in for x. And if I'm finding P of A, I'm going to put an A in for the x. So let's look. Part A is finding P of A. So that just means I substitute A for x, and then we don't have any simplifying to do for this one. Okay, so that's completed. That's it. On part B, I'm going to substitute negative x for x, right? So 8 times negative x plus 3. Now on this one I put the parentheses because it's negative x, so I kind of have to take care of that negative part, and that's going to make that a negative 8x plus 3. So P of negative x equals negative 8x plus 3. And then this last one, C, I'm finding P of x plus h. Okay, so that means I put x plus h in for x. So 8 times x plus h plus 3. Remember, all I do is take the x out and put in whatever I'm finding, in this case, P of x plus h. On this one, I do need to multiply through by 8, so I distribute the 8. I don't have any like terms, so I'm finished with that one. All right, this one. Okay, so it's kind of the same thing, except the expression changed, or the polynomial, the function changed to a negative 4x. And okay, part A. So we're finding P of A, so negative 4a. I just put the a in for x, and that's it. On B, I'm finding P of negative x. So it's negative 4 times negative x, and I will simplify that one. So I get 4x. And then last, I have part C, and that's P of x plus h. So negative 4 times x plus h would be negative 4x minus 4h. And that's it. Okay. Now, don't let these bog you down. Just know I'm finding P of something, right? Whatever it gives me, I substitute for x and I simplify if needed, and that's it. Okay, well, that's the end of this lesson now, and this was the third video.